Good evening, my graceful cultists. Hello, everybody. How is everybody today? How's everybody doing? I know, crazy. I did foretell this stream yesterday, so this shouldn't be a huge surprise. I also did post a schedule very publicly, but regardless, today is an off day, and I recognize that. I recognize today is a strange day to stream. You know, normally we're very devout to the regular schedule being Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but as you've noticed, as I mentioned, as the schedule stated, I will not be able to stream this weekend, so we are substituting it for today and, well, yesterday. If you missed yesterday's stream, don't worry about it. Not too much happened. Decided to play Bloodborne for the first time. That was exciting. Kind of fun. A little frustrating, but fun overall. Good. It was good. I enjoyed streaming that. Aside from that, it's been pretty flat in the ideas department. I'll be honest. You know, trying something new with Bloodborne was probably about as creative as I'm going to be getting this week. As today we're not doing a whole lot. Today is very mundane. We don't have anything super crazy or super exciting planned. Unlike the last few times, I don't have a cool twist for today. It's pretty much just a relaxing day today. You know, we're just gonna be here. We're just gonna be chatting. We're just gonna have a good time, and that's it. That's as advanced as today gets. Came at the perfect time. Hello. Oh, hello. It has been a little bit, Koala. How you doing? How have you been? It's been a hot second, huh? But I'm glad that you were able to stop by. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I don't have anything too exciting planned for today. It's gonna be a much more casual day. I will be playing some Magic. I'll be playing some Magic, but that's not the main focus. I'm mostly just here to chat with everybody, hold conversations, talk about whatever. That's pretty much the gist of it. Have I got a deal for? All right, what's your deal? Let me lay it on me, Koala. You've properly captured my interest. What have you got? I am a sucker for deals. I have to admit, I am a sucker for deals. You know, of many varieties. I'm always looking for that. I mean, legitimately, I am always looking for the most efficient way to do just about anything, especially when it comes to money. That's why I'm such a big fan of Taco Bell. I'm a massive fan of Taco Bell, not just because the food's good, like it tastes good, but it's so cheap compared to everywhere else you can get. Every other fast food restaurant you can possibly visit, at least to my experience, will always charge more than Taco Bell does for the same amount of food. It's wild. You're starting in Minecraft SMP on the 1st of June. Look for people interested. I'm always interested in SMP. It's been a while since I was able to actually find an excuse to play Minecraft too, so I am interested. You got my interest. Of course, I'm sure there are probably more details that I haven't heard yet, but it sounds interesting. I had a question related to it. I don't remember what it was. Oh, I did want to preface. I'm interested. However, specifically June is going to be a relatively bumpy month for me. So like I am interested, but there's a solid chance that for like maybe half of the month, it might go into July. I'm not really sure yet. I won't even be able to stream because I talked about this yesterday, but people might not have heard it today. I'm going to be moving across the country. So as a result of that, I will not have my setup anywhere close to being available. So I will not be capable of streaming or playing anything on the computer in general, which normally isn't an issue. But if it's something like an SMP where there's usually a scheduled, well, not necessarily a scheduled time to come in, but like you're expected to participate and be there, I feel it's good to at least preface that I'm not necessarily going to be there for at least a little bit after its opening. I want to be there on its opening. I should be available, but I just feel like that's a good thing to preface. It's chill, some peace, and no one needs to be on for much. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm always down for some chill Minecraft. I can't say I have too much of a say over anything, but I'm always excited for a Minecraft server that has proximity chats. Like the whole mod that's for proximity chat. That's some good stuff right there. I love proximity chat in games. I love proximity chat, especially in Minecraft. Yeah, that's okay. Yes, to summarize, yes, I am interested. I am interested. I appreciate you coming and asking. I appreciate that, because it's been a little bit. It's easy. I can see how it'd be easy to forget to forget about our dear cult over here. But I do appreciate you coming by and offering. Especially since I don't have too much exciting going on over here today. So making the journey just to at least offer it is always appreciated. Yeah, we'll probably wait to start the game for another just like 7-ish minutes. Just so that I can make sure everybody has a chance to get in here before we really kick into things. Another one you like is Armor's Workshop. Oh, Armor's Workshop. Make any hat. Oh. Armor's Workshop. That sounds familiar. I'm trying to think if I've played with that mod before. It sounds familiar. Armor's Workshop. Armor's Workshop. Have I used this mod before? It might have been in like a mod pack, but I don't... Wow, those are some fancy stuff. God dang. That's like... Wow. That is wild. So it's completely changing the art. So no. The answer is no. I have not I have not played that, but that is fancy. Create voxel art to replace or add to the player model. Share your creations on whatever. Elevate your server project. Create decoration blocks. That's real fancy stuff. That's really cool. No, that'll be really interesting to see. I mean, their main page is advertising like high level pixel art stuff, which is obviously not gonna, like, I'm not gonna be achieving that, but it's really fascinating to see what's possible through that mod. Post a link. Oh, to the mod, or to... I mean, I trust you're not gonna send anybody a virus link, and I don't believe the auto mod is gonna flag links. Oh, oh yeah, all right. I did not expect a Google Doc. That's, that catches me by surprise. Dagnabbit. All right, I forgot I can't copy through that. Copy link. There we go. What you got here? I like that. That opening picture. That is it's a real eye catcher. Okay. I will properly read through this. Probably after the stream, unless you want me to read it all out loud now. Like, I don't know if you want me to read all the notes and slides out loud right now, but I can. Oh, there's a hidden Discord link. Very nice, very nice. Waiting on a commission as a placeholder. It's a good placeholder. It's a good placeholder. Very cool. Okay. I'm just gonna make sure. I'll give it a detailed read after the stream, just so that I can get all the notes. Just gonna glance over it to make sure there's nothing that's like an immediate. Or seeing if it's gonna be in the Discord. Okay. Welcome to the silly little SMP. I like that. That's a good name. Our Minecraft server is a vibrant community where creators come together to express themselves and embark on unforgettable adventures. Okay. No, I like that. A good start. It's a solid start. Created an experience that embraces individuality and creativity, allowing each player to leave their own unique mark on the world. That That's already a great start. That's already a great start. I've played on very, very few SMPs before. Very few. Very, 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 very few SMPs that I've tried playing before. But the one that I did play, I started a restaurant, and I would love to start up a new one. Now, the downside is it wasn't super, like, nobody was being super duper interactive, and I did go off on my own a little bit, so nobody came to it, but I went through a lot of steps to make it a thing, and I was really excited, and I really liked it, so I'd love to have an opportunity to set that up again. Alright, bullet points. Expressive gameplay. Our server is designed to empower players to express themselves freely, with mods like Music Maker and Armor's Workshop. Music Maker? Music Maker? Is that like... I'm not familiar with that one. I'm assuming the name explains it. You can unleash your creativity by playing instruments or customizing your appearance to reflect your unique style. Yes, I can make my... That's a good point. Armor's Workshop allows people to make their flat 2D... I got technically 3D, but they're just a skin wrapped around a 3D model. A flat 2D texture wrapped on a model. A little bit more custom. You can make people look more like their models. That's a good idea. For those who love to explore our server offers an array of adventuring mods that guarantee there's never a dull moment. Whether you're discovering hidden treasures, conquering challenging dungeons, there's always something new to experience. That's also very good because that was one of the things I ran into as a problem whenever I was streaming. The one SMP I was in was I would run out of ideas on things to do in a stream, and because there weren't other people constantly online to interact with, I kind of just ended up screwing around and not having like a goal for the stream, which isn't always a bad thing, but it was more often than I'd like, and that was not ideal. So I definitely think having adventuring mods is a really good idea. Currently we have one event planned for the server, which is Hunger Games. Interesting. Okay. Server progresses and engage level of interaction game. More events will be organized and scheduled. Awesome. No, that sounds cool. I gotta admit, I like the idea of having full server events. I like the idea of having full server events. A silly little SMP, I keep forgetting this name, but I like that. We believe in fostering a strong sense of community. Very good. Our server is a place where players can collaborate, share ideas, and build lasting friendships. Form group builds to community events. There's always an opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals who share your passion for Minecraft. Very good. Very informative. Are you ready to unleash your creativity and embark on an adventure like no other? Join us in the silly little SMP and become part of a thriving community of creators. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to Minecraft, there's a place for you here. Ah, very good. Yes, I am absolutely interested. That seems awesome. That seems awesome. Just because it does specifically say not to leak the Discord, and I do keep my VODs. Would you like me to delete your message with the link so it's not always accessible through Twitch? Because I can do that if you'd like. If you're comfortable with it being there, it's not a problem for me in either way. Like if you're not concerned about it, that's perfectly fine. I just figured I might as well offer just in case you wanted to have that extra layer. Because I believe if I delete it from chat now, it's deleted from the VODs. Now, if somebody was to go through the trouble of looking at the chat message and then typing out each character individually, I can't do much about that. But for the link, the actual link itself, the clickable option, I can get rid of that if you'd like. Totally up to you, though. Totally up to you. It does not weigh anything on my conscience. But yes, that looks awesome. I am absolutely interested. Thank you for the invite. Okay. Time is it? How long have you been? Okay, the Discord and server are going to be a blacklist. Okay. Well, if that's good, then we're good. Not worried about that. Or, yes, whitelist, that's the term. I didn't know you could whitelist a Discord server, but I'm assuming it's the kind of thing where people join and then you just give them a certain... Yes, a whitelist is like you have to be specifically listed as acceptable. A blacklist would be like a ban list, for example. Like if you're on the blacklist, you couldn't join. Otherwise, if you're not, you could. So yes, a whitelist, yes. I'm assuming it's like for the server, you join the server, and then if somebody gives you a role to access things, then you can interact with the server. Otherwise, you're not able to get it. I'm assuming that's the case. Like all of the channels and everything are locked unless you've been whitelisted or unless somebody literally specifically sees you and accepts you. Which I think that's what I would do. That's what I would set up. Maybe there's a bot. I don't know. Either way, if it works, it works. It's good. It's a good measure of security to have, especially to worry about people accidentally leaking things. So that's a good idea. Give the roll. Okay. Yes, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, we've been live just long enough. I'm always happy to continue talking. Don't get me wrong. That's what today is for. Today is for talking. But I'm gonna put on some games in the background just so that I don't lose my mind because my hands aren't doing anything. So I'm still absolutely dedicated to talking and chatting and everything. But for my sake, I need to play something. No, I'm excited. I'm excited. I've got a lot of plans and I've had a lot of ideas for things I want to do in a server setting, but like I don't necessarily have the patience or devotion to set up a server of my own. As much as I would like to, I just don't know if I can do it. I also don't know if I have the time to manage a Minecraft server. So like I haven't, but I've had ideas for things I would want to do in them. As I mentioned previously, setting up a like a restaurant is absolutely one of those things. So we're over here now in the void, I guess, since the game isn't wanting to show up. There it is. Whoa. What? Why is it tiny? Why is it tiny? Magic, what are you doing, bud? You okay? You can get a little bit bigger. There you go. See, that's okay. I don't know what that was. Itty bitty, just a little guy. He's just a little guy. All right. I don't know what to do here. I'm just gonna play games, I guess. Yeah. So I've had a lot of ideas for things I want to do in a server. Goblin, yes. This guy right here is specifically, just because I think this is really funny. I believe it's called Crime Novelist. And so that goblin is literally just writing crime fiction novels. Where is he? Crime novelist. There he is. When he peeled off the mask, revealing a sight that made Groja's blood run cold, Brulu was actually Vogo's in disguise, right? Like, I like it. I like it. He's just a little guy. He's writing his little books. It's great. He's great. Goblins are fun too. The goblins are very fun to play as, and that I just left him. But Crime Novelist in particular is actually a really good card. So not only is it funny art, it's a goblin, but it's also a good card. That's a solid card. There's a reason I have it in here, right? Like that's a good card. Screw it. It's got me something to focus on. I'm gonna try and run that deck that has it in it. Has the goblin in it. Just, for cause I wanna, and that's all I need to say. But I definitely think, what was it? Last time I was in a server, I I went through all of the ends to make sure my restaurant was the tippity toppest of quality, right? Not only did I set up a farm right next to the restaurant itself, specifically so that I could farm all of the ingredients I could possibly need to run my restaurant, I also went through the trouble of making an extensive menu that included appetizers. It included the main course, desserts, and then a vegetarian menu. Oh, and a breakfast menu. I made a breakfast menu separate. So I had like the base menu for lunch and dinner, and I had a whole separate menu. It was a lot. But man, I was so excited about it. Do I do this? No, I hold. It's not worth it right now. Yes, it was, that was good. You'll love how many different foods. I mean, I'm sure that I probably am familiar with most of them because I think you mentioned Return another non-permanent. They're gonna return Crime Novelist to my hand because it costs 3 mana to cast. Or are gonna draw a card? Draw a card! Cool, I get to keep my guy. Sorry, I'm multitasking. Next, move to combat. I will pay 1. That's not the mana I wanted to spend, but it's fine. And we'll trash the blood. Go do this, let those trigger. Swing those goobers. I've probably used the mods that you guys are running just because they're such popular mods, but just because of that, my menu's I'm gonna be able to bring back the menu I already made, which is huge because I was very happy with it, right? Like I had everything planned out. I looked at every single item that I wanted to make, and then I planted specifically things in my farm so that I could run it exactly. Interesting choice. I don't know why you choose Sokazan Smelter, but you know, that's up to you, I guess. Because I can just cast it. I could just do this, and then I'm just gonna. Oh, well, that's not a problem. Hang on, I'm doing big brain stuff. We'll trash this. Let those trigger. Yep. I want to Fatal Push. And then I don't have the mana for it, but that's fine. Because I'll get a blood token. I'll swing for 7. That's a solid turn. If they don't board wipe, there's a very good chance I win here. But yes, I set up my whole farm, my whole garden, everything that was in it was specifically grown to accommodate. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's gonna be it for me. I think I just won 3. I go to combat. I auto pay. Yeah, I give him a good game. Sacrifice this. Get my 3/1. Attack with everything. I'll just let it end now. I could do other fun tricks, but it's just not worth it. They said good game. They were a good sport about it. I don't need to draw it out. I think I had burgers. I had sandwiches. I know for the breakfast menu I offered like toast, and oh, I had several different jams. That was something I was very happy with because the mods that they had on the server included like preserving stuff. Like I could make jams and jellies, and so I had several different berries growing. That was good. That was very good. And then of course I had a plethora of wheat, so I could make all of the custom dough that I had needed for different breads. It was great. It was amazing. And can I just say the restaurant? It looked amazing. My restaurant looked so good. I loved the way my restaurant looked. And that's exclusively because I didn't make it and I stole it as a pre-generated building from a mod. I didn't make the building at all. The only thing I did was steal it from a villager and then redecorate it a little bit. I added like some cabinets to hold my various tools and everything. Great stuff. You also got the create mods, so you can automate stuff. Numismatics makes it so you can set up shops. Interesting. I'm not familiar with numismatics. I know the create mod. That's almost a given at this point. So it's just so common. Dear gods, these hands are atrocious. That's not better. Yikes. Wow, that's rough. Numismatics, is that actually like when you say I could run a shop, do you mean like it gives me the options to I don't even know how to say it, like to sell things to other players as a system thing? Because I tried finding mods that do stuff like that, but I just couldn't quite come across anything. Dear God, you are a piece of work. Huh. Create a treasure token. Telling to turn up to one target creature gets +2/+2 for each treasure. Yikes. Get rid of the gold vein hydra. That's a really rough hand for me to go against. That's a really rough hand for me to go against. I can send it back to their hand. Oh, it has haste. That's great. No, that's great. Alright, let's pass it along. I'll let them 2. So not they'll only be able to. Ah, they can just use. Oh, they don't have green. They don't have green mana. Move to combat. Must send this goober back to his hand. They can't give it. They can't give it hexproof. Because they don't have green. They'll sacrifice it. That works for me. That works. That works. Game currency makes me. Oh, that's awesome. Like, does it have an? It gives you an in-game currency. Oh, that's so nice. Because that was absolutely the one thing that I ran into as a problem the most was trying to figure out how to charge for things. Just because, like, there's no. I can't use gold because gold is super easy to find. Diamonds are hard to find, but you typically want to save diamonds for things that aren't spending, right? Like, it was so hard to find a material that was both not, I guess, usable as something else. Like, you don't use it for other things, but also difficult to get, so you can't cheat the system. They're just going to cheat a dragon or a probably portal to Phyrexia out on the battlefield. Wait for it. Wait for it. If it's portal to Phyrexia, I'm just going to concede now. Oh, gold span dragon. Yeah, that checks out. I should have known. They get treasure tokens from that. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I can untap it. Swing for 6 in the air, I guess. I'm doing big brain things. 6 in the air. I'm already at a huge disadvantage, so I might as well just swing with what I can. Each player discards a card. Yeah, that'll slow them down. Sure. That's the turn. They have green mana on board. I need them to spend what they have now rather than hold on to that green mana, because otherwise I can't touch them. They'll just pop that and give them hexproof. I'll live if they hit me with everything, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, they have more mana than I can handle already. Turn target non-land permanent. Ooh. L2. Put 2 creatures from hand. Gain hexproof indestructible. Put that in your hand, I guess. Planning on making a spawn shop that's going to be expensive. So people are motivated to make your own shop. You can buy players and make money. Yes! I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Actually having something to encourage players to work with the in-game economy. They're gonna flash something out? Are they gonna... Oh, I guess they can just put the dragon straight from the battlefield. If they do that. Very expensive ability, but they'll be able to afford it. Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, they spent too much mana. They spent too much mana. Everybody point and laugh. Everybody. Ha ha ha. Point and laugh at them. Da ha. Ha ha. You spent all your mana. Yeah, suck it. You know what? I would think I would rather not lose anything, so I'll let that sit, and I will play this as a creature to not die. Haha, so the mana is the stuff that I'm gonna lose. I mean, I guess they could not attack with everything, but I might lose. If they do what I'm thinking they're gonna do, I will lose this turn. If they don't, I will not. But it would be very dumb of them to not do that, because otherwise they will lose. So, and okay, that was one way to go about it, I guess. That wasn't necessary, but you know, that works too, I guess. Sure. So I block that. I'm still taking 4 or 5. Yeah, I'm still losing either way.
One more turn and I would have won, but you know. They could have, there's something else they could have done, but yeah, whatever. I still counter that spell, and I feel great about it. Right, so I you know, just to fill in some space, I'll explain the basics of everything as I'm going, just so that anybody that's not familiar can kind of see what's going on, maybe learn a little bit of something, and I'll have something to consistently talk about, because that's something I've always struggled with on open chatting streams, is I just don't have a lot going on, so I don't have a whole lot to like hold super in-depth conversations on. Unless people bring in a conversation, I'm very bad at starting them, so since I don't have a direct topic to focus on right now, I'll explain the basics of the game and explain how things work. Maybe somebody that sees it will be interested. Dear God, this hand is so bad. No, I don't think I'll keep that. Okay, this is a lot better. Okay, so I guess the first basic thing is mana, right? Mana is the magical energy that you use to cast and weave spells, right? Without mana, you're not able to channel this energy into anything that will create these magical effects, right? So mana is indicated by your lands, right? These down here. I have a Copperline Gorge and a mountain. The mountain is specifically red, and the Copperline Gorge is both red and green, where I can choose which of the two I want, right? If I was able to make both, it would be insane. So I can choose whether I want my mana's color to be red or green. For this, because, wow, that's wild. I'll just pass it along. So I'm able to choose red or green with this. These are specifically red. Now, how exactly do I use this mana? What am I channeling it through? Well, that's these cards. These two and this guy are creatures. The one they just cast is a non-creature. It is an instant. It's magic. It's just a spell, right? These were summoning creatures into existence. That's the very basic of it, right? Is we're creating these to defend and attack. These creatures are our soldiers, right? Now, each soldier has a different ability. They do different things a lot of the time. Some of them are able to grow stronger, like their dwarf here. My merfolk down here just explore and find new lands to discover. Dear gods. That's good. I'm gonna trash this land. Sorry, I'm doing more thinking. That's so unfortunate. Here's a merfolk. It's the same one, does the same thing. That's a land. Well, here's a land. I should have played the Copperline Gorge. That's on me. I'll pass it along. So how exactly do we use this mana, this energy that we're creating, to do anything? Well, that's so unfortunate. Quite simply, we're channeling it to meet these requirements, right? At the top right of every card, whether it's a creature or a non-creature or anything. You suck. You suck for that. Yes, I get it. I'm not getting life. Whatever. We're channeling it to meet the requirements of every card that, well, uses it. So, for example, my merfolk down here only need 1 green to come into existence, right? They need 1 green to be summoned. Wow. That's so unfortunate. Okay, there's the pirate. Okay, I can use its ability. Will I live next turn? Maybe. Okay, we're doing something risky here. Okay. That's not awful. That's not awful. I'm able to work with this. If I live through this turn, I have a shot at winning. I don't think they're going to be able to deal enough damage to kill me. They might surprise me, but I think I'll be able to survive. They need to do something real wild to actually kill me this turn. I can block that with everything I have. Yeah, they might as well swing with everything because I can't kill anything they have. Pass. These block. currently looking at taking 2 from that, so I'm looking at taking 6. They would need to then buff it by 6. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's really gonna hurt. 5. Yeah, that's game. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother sitting around for that. I already know how that's gonna end. One more turn. If I didn't draw a land that I couldn't use immediately, then I could have pulled off my combo of that turn, but it's whatever. I'm gonna give that another shot because I like this deck. This deck is fun. So I have this energy. I have these lands. They're like batteries, right? The lands that we have are like batteries. They all produce energy. They just produce different kinds of energy. So, for example, the forests produce green energy, and the mountains produce red energy. The islands produce blue energy, right? And certain things have requirements of certain energies, much like how certain devices require different voltages of batteries. No. Maybe... no. Wow. You know what? Sure. That's just really funny. This is a bad hand, but it's funny. It's a funny hand. And you know how much energy you need to spend, how much mana you need to spend, based on the card's upper right corner, as I briefly touched on earlier. So, for example, Bitter Reunion needs 1 red, so you need specifically a red, and 1 of anything else. So, a total of 2, but specifically 1 and a red. So I can pay a green and 1 red, or I can do 2 red. Regardless, I have to have 1 red because this card requires 1 red. Something like this is much more... Oh, you suck. What am I going to do here? We're just going to do this and do this. Trash this. That's not great, but I can make it work. You know what? Screw you. Get rid of this guy specifically. Screw you. Get rid of him. I know what you're doing with that. I know what he's there for. He's gonna go insano style if I don't get rid of him. Get rid of him now. Some cards like this guy are unique, where they need 4 of any color. Again, the 4 is of anything. He also needs a blue, a black, and a red. So a total of 7. He needs 7 individual mana, which, again, usually means... Dear God, why didn't I notice that? Holy... 238 cards? What? I'm sorry. What? What? I don't even know where to begin with that. Okay. Huh. All right. Cool, I guess. Cards like this guy need a total of 7, which usually means I need 7 lands that match those colors. Now, if you'll notice, I only have red and green. I do not have blue or black. I can have 4 other and the red, but I'm missing two colors. That's because my point is to not ever cast him. I do not want to ever pay for that. That's just because of how this deck specifically works. Are they going to board wipe? They have the 2 white that's usually required for board wiping. They're going for lands. Are they going for domain? 2 basic. Yeah, they kicked it. So they're going to get 2 basic lands, but then they're tapped out. What is their strategy? What are they trying to do? I just don't know. Yeah. Oh, they don't come in tapped. Oh, I missed that part. Okay. Well, Conduit of Worlds isn't going to do anything for them. Who? I want him. Next, swing. Yup. I will create this And I will get a treasure token. Interesting. Not good, but interesting. Now, unless they do some shenanigans this turn, they're in a pretty rough spot. Yeah, because I can kill them this turn. They're probably going to destroy all of my creatures, which is called a board wipe, because you're wiping the board. Because they have the colors for it, they have everything they need, and they have so many cards. So the chances of them not having a board wipe are slim. Wait for it. I'm guessing maybe Doomscar. Oh, they could go for the exile route. That would make sense. Farewell, I think is what it's called. Farewell is a pretty solid choice. What else is a popular one? I mean, there is the Oh. So they're choosing to lose, it seems, because they've cast all their mana, so they're gonna lose. Good game. Good game. He's dead, and I can now swing for 8 damage, which is 1 over your maximum health. But good try. Screw it. They can't block. Yes. Do all the other things. That's it. That's the game. I really wish I could see what else they had, because that was absurd. Regardless. Wow, that was so strange. I don't know what that was. I'll be honest, they caught me off guard. I didn't expect them to try and retrieve their single elemental. I expected them to do something that would actually be beneficial. Because even if I didn't kill it, they still couldn't have blocked with it. You know what? It's fine. It's whatever. It's whatever. Maybe they had some master plan I just didn't see. Let's do goblins. Goblins are fun. Goblins are fun. Goblins are also super, super easy to get the idea of, right? Everything else, that deck is kind of complicated. Like, my whole strategy with that one is very specific. It's built around a single card that I drew once. So I didn't really get to even try and show that one off. Goblins, super easy, right? Their whole shtick is to just be everywhere and be a nuisance. And that's it. That's their entire strategy. There's no nuance to goblins. It's make a bunch of goblins on the field and then be a problem, right? They are the most straightforward, I guess, set of creatures you can ask for. And for that, we love them. For that, we can always appreciate goblins and their straightforward nature. Let's see, are they gonna do any? They're gonna fatal push my reckless lackey? No. Here's impact tremors. Now are you gonna fatal push the lackey? Now that you know I'm not gonna cast another creature for you to kill. I'm expecting fatal push or cut down. Cut down's a very, very solid option at this point. No, they're holding. They're holding. Interesting choice. Well, unfortunately for you, oh, they do have 2 mana now. I'll bait them with a Legion War Boss. Right, I'll see if they hit the Legion War Boss. Get my trigger. They're gonna kill him before he's able to. They're gonna hit Reckless Lackey. Interesting choice. It doesn't stop the damage. You're preventing yourself from taking 1 point of damage, but I also get to swing with another one. So here's 1. Instead of taking 2, you took 1. You reduced it by half. Good job. Doesn't change anything. Also, so predictable. Vault. Interesting. Oh, are they going vampires? I think they're going vampires. That's a very vampires thing to do. Yeah, I'll swing with the 1 goblin so they can kill it. He's just kind of there. Because I think I know exactly what they're doing. I'm guessing, I'm predicting a Sorin this turn. The Sorin vampire guy, and then they pull out his like minus whatever, so they can just play a free vampire. Here, have a goblin. I guess. I don't know. They gonna destroy Krinko? Because Krinko's gonna go wild if they don't do something about him. Or if they don't have something to block him with. That's unfortunate. They get their goblin, but they have a goblin now, I suppose. But that's not gonna do them a whole lot of good. It's Bitter Reunion. I'm gonna trash my other Bitter Reunion. Oh, very fun. We like seeing that. We like seeing that a lot, actually. I want another Impact Tremors. Impact Tremors is good. Impact Tremors is a good card. Because now, they're taking a lot more damage than I could have asked for. They're taking 2 damage every time a creature comes into play. And all of my creatures will attack. So, he gets stronger. He gets stronger. Wait for it. And he creates 3 goblins, which inherently deals 6 damage straight to his face. Boom. If they block, they can choose to not die this turn, right? Like, I cannot guaranteed kill them this turn. They are at 2 health. And next turn, if they don't gain life somehow, which I'm not seeing a way for them to do so, I will win. Simply by playing a creature. I need to play 1 creature and I will win. So unless they gain health, they're in for a rough time. That's it. That's game. I'll just take the 2 damage. Because now all I have to do is I'll give him a good game, and I'm going to cast Dragon Fodder. Which will create me 2 goblins. Yeah, it'll create me 2 goblins, and then the Impact Tremors will deal 4 damage to him. So that's a game. Again, goblins, super straightforward, right? Like, that was the most textbook example of how annoying goblins can be. You just create a bunch of them, you'll fill the board, and then you'll be a pain. And that's all you gotta do. Super easy. Super easy. Another slightly more difficult one, but my personal favorite, rats are cool and all. You know, goblins neat. Rats, much cooler. Rats much cooler because they're rats and they're not goblins. And you'll see why with this surprisingly perfect hand. This has everything I could ask for this deck. Opening with Llanowar Elves. They're gonna go Green Stompy. They seem like they're gonna go Green Stompy. Regardless, I get to ramp into my rats, which is so much cooler than going mono green for your elf tribal. Yucky. Yuck. Gross. Elf tribal? P.U. stinky. How about instead rats? Consider. Now they're gonna have a lot more elves than I can have rats, but that's fine. That's fine. Yep, that is 2 elves that create more elves. Okay. No, that's fine. They have a lot of mana this turn because that's more elves because that's how that card works. Oh, that's an unfortunate hit. They're sitting on a lot of mana now, and I cannot trample through that because I don't have enough rats for that. But it's neat. It's cool that it's there, I guess. This is gone. No, I will not attack. I have 1 card that can deal with this. The chances of it doing anything, very slim. But I have it. What are you fishing for? Oh, you're gonna try and give him +2/+2 in Death Touch. 2, 4, 6, 8. Get rid of this guy. Because they have the mana to make them all very big, very fast. Yup, and they can do it again. And they can do it a 3rd time. Probably a 4th time. Yeah. I'm not gonna bother. It's just not worth it. Really shitty example of rats whenever you play against something that runs faster and also I don't have anything to immediately answer it with. I don't have anything to immediately answer their ramping, so of course they're going to ramp into something huge like that. They also got really lucky with those pools. So, shocker to nobody. funny, goofy rats that aren't competitive versus elves that are exclusively competitive with no room for error. Like, I wonder how that's going to go. Rat deck that has no competitive, dare I say, chance versus elves that are exclusively built to be competitive. Really a wild card to how that's going to go. Do something original. Come on, bud. Do something original here. Elves are probably the most predictable deck I could possibly go against, just because they don't do anything original. Well, it's red-green, but it's already off to a bad start because I threw in Fable. So, I don't even know what to expect from them. Maybe if they cast an enchantment, I know what it is. If they're going for the Bard class, I don't know if I want to bother with that. You gonna destroy my rat? Yes, very intimidating. Anyway, here's more rats. Here's 2 more rats specifically. I don't know what you expected, buddy. They're here to stay. They aren't going anywhere. You gonna play your little giant there? Go for it. Go for it. Do it. Play your little giant. In Search of Greatness. Interesting choice. I did not expect that. 3. Yeah, I'd like to find more rats. We need more company here. 3 more rats. Perfect. Perfect. Sort these. I can cast some of them. If I draw a land, I can cast all of the ones I just drew, which is very nice. The end. If I draw a land, I can also exile something they got. What you got? What are you doing there? Interesting. Interesting. I'll take the 3 damage, so I can give you 3 more poison counters. And deal the more than 3 damage. So, you know what? You do you, man. You can mill those. You don't need those cards, right? Alright, cool. You know what? Oh, we'll go Pack Rat. I am a sucker for the Pack Rat. Have some poison counters. Have some poison counters. I guess some minor context. The fundamental of the game, right? The main goal in every situation. Oh, interesting. Is to reduce their life from 20 to 0. However, if their poison gets to 10, they instantly lose. So, yeah. Rude, first of all. Give me poison. Hang on a minute. That's not very cool. You can't do that. Well, there goes my main win condition, at least currently. Looking at taking 5, 6, 7, 5? I'll take the 5. I'm comfortable taking 5. Specifically so I can fill the board with more rats. Which I'm always here for. I'm always here for more rats. Especially when doing so makes one rat in particular much bigger. And you know what? Yeah. Let's make things even spicier. I want to get rid of this. And I will tap that, this, 3, and 4. Gone. And I get to surveil. We don't need that. I'll keep the rat. Here's 6 damage. Yeah. That's fair. I get rid of the thing you were going to sack block with, and I just trample through with more rats. We love that. We love rats. This is a rat-loving household. Let's see. What else can we do that's a little goofy? Maybe, you know what? Screw it. Let's do maze. Let's do the maze. Maze is always good. So last couple, right? We're just like play a bunch of silly creatures that do a bunch of silly things. You know, goblins, play a bunch of goblins, make the goblins annoying, right? Rats, just play a bunch of rats, make the rats annoying, right? This one's a little bit more interesting. This one's very interesting. And I have the starting card I need, actually. I'll keep this. This deck is built around this card, Maze's End. It comes in tap, so it is one of the lands I was talking about, right? It produces energy. However, it produces something called colorless. So instead of it being blue or green, right? Instead of it being a specific color, it is producing no color. Now, there are very, very few cards that look for something that produces no color. That's not the main point. The main point, I have Simic already. I'll take Islet. The main point is its second ability. So instead of it just producing energy, oh, you suck. Shit. We'll do this. Sorry, I got caught up in it. Play this with this, and that's the turn. Its second ability says return this card to its owner's hand. Search your library for a gate. Put it on the battlefield, right? And these are gates. So everything says guild gate, it is a gate, right? So search your library for a gate, put it on the battlefield. Then, if you control 10 or more gates with different names, so I'm currently at 3, you win the game. So, essentially... oh, that's unfortunate. Essentially, all I need to do is... pull Gateway Plaza. Is get a bunch of different gates with different names, and I can just win the game on the spot. Point blank, simple, great stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can draw one card. If I can pull a land, I would want to land. Oh, I'm taking 5 damage, 6, 7 damage. All right, yeah, we're board wiping. Those Zulaport Cutthroats are going to be a problem, but... yeah. I can do... this. Auto pay. Submit 0, play a land. That's so unfortunate. And I don't want to do this, but it's all I got. Board wipe. I'm taking a lot of damage from this. Yeehaw. Yeah. That's not lethal. I'm still alive, but they get their trigger. I mean, it was that, or I just take enough. I take lethal damage by hand anyway. Yeehaw. I'm leaving. Yeah, whenever I didn't draw, I drew another thing that's expensive to draw me cards. I am already screwed. That's not the card I needed. But yes, I need a bunch of different lands, so I need to stall the game until I can play all of them, right? Like, that's the main thing. And the only way I can stall is by killing off all of their creatures, and when it's someone like that who benefits from their creatures dying off, I'm kind of screwed. Because the only way I have to stall the game is immediately rendered pointless. Especially when they run so fast like that, where... of course, they get 2 Zulaport Cutthroats, which both cause me to lose life whenever their creature dies. And then all 3 of their creatures die, so I'm losing 6 life from that. It's not good. It's a really bad matchup for me. Oh, this is rough. This is really rough. I mean, it's not... okay, it's not too bad. I can make this work. I can make this work. 1 blue, so they aren't going to be able to do anything to answer to me. Do this. I'll put this on the field. I'll play this, and that's my turn. Next turn, we go Spelunking. I have 3 of my board wipes ready. I don't want to go Spelunking, because Spelunking is something that's a little bit better once I have more mana, but it's whatever. Oh, very good. I get 2 lands from this. I can't do anything with either of them yet, but I have them. And now, if they get a bunch of creatures on the battlefield, I can just kill them. Several times over, in fact. Whoa. That's interesting. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles a card from the top of the library to the exile non-land card. Oh. An opponent chooses a non-land card. You may cast up to 2. Ooh, you know what? No. No, I'm not jiving with that. I'm not jiving with that at all. Probably, I'm a little preemptive, but I just don't want that to go off because I don't want to know what they're trying to do. I also don't want them exiling my stuff. That's not very kosher. They have a lot of mana. What are they doing? I'm not familiar with this. This is the I'll give them this. This is unique. Maybe X, put X counters on that creature. Yeah, whatever. As long as you control 5 or more modified creatures, he gets big. Interesting. Well, I'm going to try and make sure you don't get those creatures, but it's interesting that you try that. You know, it's a fair attempt. Anyway, here's a really big goat. Really big, or sorry, sheep. Really big sheep. Massive sheep, if you will. They're going to get so big, I'm not going to be able to board wipe them. Maybe. We'll see. Currently going to deal 4 with my board wipe. I can get up to 5 if I play a land next turn. Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, and I'm screwed. Yep. They all get vigilance and trample. Yeah, I mean, they don't have haste, which does kind of screw them over, but that's really bad, actually. I need a land. Irrefutably, I need a land. Yeah, 5, 10. I think I can live. I'm going to die either way. Or I'm going to take damage either way. I think I can live. It's just going to hurt. Yeah. 8. I'm not going to be able to board wipe everything like I need to. This needs to find a land. That's so unfortunate. There's this. And that's it. I'm not sitting around for this. No, whenever they combo out and I'm not able to get a single extra land, I'm screwed. Shocker. It wouldn't have even saved me because they had such big creatures that I can't... Like, none of my cards are able to deal as much damage as their health is. Like, there's nothing I can do about that. Surprise, whenever you cheat out a bunch of heavy hitters, I'm not going to be able to kill you. Whoa. Manageable. Not good, but manageable. So far we've run into a combo deck, and a deck that is designed to run so much faster than I can keep up with. So that's, you know, really good setup for what this is supposed to be. There's this, I guess. I'll take... I already have Simic. I'll take, Gruul. And then next turn, I won't be able to play anything, because I don't have anything I can afford. They'll hit me for 1, maybe? They could cast something for 3. Interesting. So they're ramping for mana for something. Very interesting. Here's these. That's the turn. They're gonna get 2 lands. Yep. They have so much mana for something, and I don't know what, and I don't like it. Is this gonna hit a land? No. I can get this guy out, but he's not gonna do him anything, because he's just there. Great. Great stuff. I'm really relying on drawing a land. Why do you have so much mana? That really puts me on edge. That's not what I needed. Gods. Okay. Here's this. I will pull 2 lands. This one. And there's another green one. This one. And I could play that guy, but I'm not going to yet. Are they just gonna blow out and like... Oh, just deal whatever, how much... Really? Your strategy is to take control of my creatures. Buddy, I hate to break it to you. I do not have anything worth taking. I hate to be that guy. You're not going to get anything of value from me. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but there's nothing of value coming out of this. Let's do this. You know what? We'll go Guild Summit again. So they're in a tight spot because it seems like their main strategy is to just steal my stuff, but I don't have anything worth stealing. It's all very specifically geared towards having gates, which they have none of. So, yikes. Yeah, they're going for mass manipulation to gain control of X creatures and or planeswalkers. Interesting choice. Unfortunately for them, I don't have creatures worth taking for them, specifically. Gateway Plaza. Yep. Get my two cards. Very good. Very good. Yeah, we'll allow that. Yes, autopay. We'll do this. Autopay. I'll spin the... Oh, it has to be a gate. I forgot about that part. I'll do 2. 'Cause... There we go. That's what we like to see. More creatures to just fill the board with. Very good. Draw 3 cards. 2 and 3. Here's an elf, I suppose. And I'll just pull the one I'm missing. Discard. We'll discard an elf. They might have another thing that just deals damage to me, but unless if they don't, they are in for a tight spot. If they do, I'm dead. So either way, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have everything I need in my hand. There it is. But I'm not going to get to use any of it. So it doesn't really matter. Now does it? Especially because it's in my hand, I'm not going to be able to pull it with the one thing I have to pull it with. So it doesn't matter. Great stuff. I love using a mid-range, going against a deck that has mid-range intent. I don't even know. They ramp into so much mana, like I can't keep up with that. It doesn't, and that deck sucked. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. That was pretty bad. Their whole strategy was to take my things, which in and of itself is a really rough strategy to go against, or to run in general, because you don't always need creatures. You just don't. You don't always need creatures. So you're really relying on your opponent having things worth stealing, which in and of itself is such a risky play that I'm flabbergasted that they thought that was a good idea. They got lucky. As unfortunate as it is to say, that was all luck. I don't want to take it from them, but unfortunately, that happened to work out in their favor because they happened to draw the perfect card to deal damage. And I had all of the lands I needed on the battlefield in my hand, which really screwed me up. Because I need to have those somewhere I can actually use them. That wasn't the case, but you know. Alright, screw it. We'll get this out. It'll set something up for next turn, I guess. I have a sheep. Botanical Brawler's gonna get real big if I can't start getting more lands out. Gateway Plaza comes in tapped and I have to sacrifice, so I'd be down to 2 mana. But I would draw a card, which does mean I have a chance of getting something I can play. That's mana. Okay. 4 mana. Interesting choice? That's not usually a common choice. Because it's an interesting choice. There they go. They're getting more mana. That's their whole plan with that. Okay. What, you gonna try and destroy my guild summit? I hate to break it to you. That's not the land. That's not the enchantment you want to be wasting that on. You can, but it's not the one you want to be wasting it on. I just realized I can't attack them because of the giant recluse. That's why it's there. Yikes. Not what I would have chosen, but an interesting choice. That sucks. Okay, well, here's something that I have to pay to keep, and here's a creature that's not going to do anything. Your move. Because I'm not going to attack while they can just instantly kill my sheep. Meaning that Botanical Brawler is going to get progressively much, much bigger. Ah, 2 of them. Great. You gonna put it on the Botanical Brawler? Oh, that makes sense. Yep. Now I can't stop the Botanical Brawler. Cool. Especially since I definitely don't have the... Wow, that's atrocious. Not what I needed. Gods. We'll take this and this. So now he's an 8. That doesn't change that I'm not going to attack with him. And they have so much mana. And I have really bad creatures. But, you know, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Not a... Oh, they can spend the mana to just buff their Ruins Recluse. Yep. Yep. And then those guys get bigger because of it. Yep. And I don't have the land I need to win. So my strategy is not going to work. I can't even board wipe what they have because I just don't have enough lands to do that. You going to attack or not? Make up your mind. Come on, bud. There you go. You figured it out. You figured out how to attack with creatures. Good job. I'm proud of you. 11. I'm taking 14. Not including what I'm taking from that. There it is. Perfect round number. Shocker. Really, I know, I'm truly flabbergasted that whenever I drew absolute just garbage creatures that do me no good, I lost. That's insane. Let me play something else. Clearly that's not working out today. Let's do something worse that will somehow probably do better. Dogs. Just dogs. And like 2 people. That's it. That's all this is. But clearly running something that's mid-range that doesn't have immediate counter spells and immediate creature removal is screwing me up. So maybe something that's a little bit more silly or goofy will do me better, huh? Already off to a rough start. You don't trust people that use that as their profile picture. Okay, you know, I am not opposed to this. This is not a bad hand. It's not perfect. Don't get me wrong. This is not a perfect hand. But I get the creatures I really need right out the gate, and I have a way to protect them right out the gate. So it could be worse. It could be worse. White. Oh, life, you suck. Really? You have to be playing angels. Really? There's no other deck you could be running. Gods. Look, everybody knows that you didn't get the attention you needed as a child. You don't have to take it out on other people. This is not appropriate. What is this? I want my other pack leader. I want another selfless savior. There we go. More dogs. More dog stuff. We love dogs. Cool. I need to get rid of something. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's not good. Yeah, that's 2 damage in the air. I can handle that, but that's not good. I will choose dog. Dog is my choice. Here's a dog. Everybody likes those. Dogs are great. Not what I needed. But, you know, dogs are cool. Prevent the combat damage. You gonna be taking the lethal damage, or are you gonna start blocking things? I hate to break it to you. You gotta start making some choices here. That was a bad one. That was the bad choice. So sorry to break it to you. This guy's not staying around. You're gonna live. Don't get me wrong. He is gonna live. Barely, but he is gonna live. But I got rid of the problem. Because that angel was the main way they're trying to stay alive. And now it's not... Yeah. Somehow, the deck that is silly, goofy dogs manages to outpace a competitive angel deck, while the silly, goofy gates deck lost 3 times in a row. I don't even know at this point. I don't even know. Let's see. Silly, goofy dogs. Do I have any daily stuff? No, I do not. I don't have any daily missions I need to get done. Is there anything I want to waste my wild cards on? Not particularly. The goblins would be fun. I would like making the goblin deck that I have here. That would be nice. Is there anything I'd want to change? That's good. Whenever it dies, another goblin. Exile the top card. If it's a goblin, you may cast it to the end of your next turn. Very good. Goblins get cost 1 less. Goblins have haste. Other goblins get +1/+1. I love Krinko. Krinko's great. Just mountains. I gotta have some other fun lands in here. This. Like this. That's probably about it. That's all the fast multi-use lands I have. 6 damage. X is 6 or more. Yeah, whatever. Cool. Suggest, so I can bump it down to 60. There we go. Double check, make sure there's nothing in here that I really want to add, per se. Because I can give him haste, that's great. This is a very janky goblin deck, but it seems like it would work. You know what, screw it, I can bump it down to 20 lands pretty comfortably, just with how cheap everything in here is. And I know one card I specifically want to add. Sacrifice Goblin. So that I can pool. I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, I don't own any of it. That explains why it's not showing up. Just collected, please. Not collected, specifically. There it is. Skirk Prospector. Because with this bad boy, I can turn my goblins into mana. Which if I do that, then I can cast more goblins and get more silly things to happen. So you can understand how that's a good thing for me. A very good thing. Yeah, 2 should be fine, since it's not a huge piece of everything. That's for later, though. I don't know if I'm going to make that. I don't know if I will ever make that, but it's there. It's there just in case. What else? Archfiend combo, Indomitable combo. I don't know. Let's do silly cantrip stuff. Silly cantrip stuff. Just cheap little spells that make cheap little creatures very intimidating. We'll see. We'll see. It really either swings and hits like a truck, or it swings and completely whiffs. There's no in between. I don't think I've had like a, that was a close game. It's either, yeah, I'm sorry about this one, or, ooh, that was rough. Like there's no in between with this deck. I'm already running a little bit faster than they are, which is a great thing to see. They go in mounts? Mono green elves? That's not a good elf to play. I mean, it's an elf, I suppose. It's not the one I would have necessarily chosen, but it's an elf. Cool. Well, here's 2 damage if you don't block it. 3 if you do. Sorry, 3 if you don't, 2 if you do. Cool. I'm confused. There it is. There it is. Yep, I can't touch them now. This guy has trample. What? Eh, well, that's better than nothing. No attacks. So that's an interesting choice. Not what I would have chosen, but I haven't seen a deck built around him, and I kind of dig it. Okay. Interesting. You play your activates. This causes you to discard. Put it into your battlefield. Wow, I like that. I like that. Very interesting use of the mana. I'll take the 6 damage because I can swing back harder. But you know, sure. Your Season of Growth, and then yeah, charge through favorite hoplite. Let those trigger. Oh, very nice. I can't do anything about that, but it's there. Here's another favorite hoplite. I can use him to sack block. I don't need that. I don't need that. That's not important. Here's 6 damage, and you don't have trample, so my favorite hoplite can eat your Nullhide Ferox's damage. And there's nothing you can do about it. Now, what are you going to do? I'm concerned. I will block with my 1/2. All right, fair enough. Can't argue with that. Interesting. Very interesting. This is a unique deck. I'll give them that. Credit where credit is due. That is different. Yeah, we'll do Season of Growth. We're gonna Ancestral Anger. Let those all trigger. That is so unfortunate. I'm gonna charge through. You know what? Yeah, we'll charge through. Just so I can try and keep drawing things. Well, that's something I can block with. Yeah, so I'll swing with this guy. Good stuff, good stuff. I could win this turn, but I guess we'll hold off on that. We'll get a hoplite. Risky, but it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. Get rid of that. I just need more cheap spells. Oh, that's gonna be a game changer right there. So depending on what they do, if they manage to kill off my big creatures somehow, both my 6/7, my 4/5, then I will be in a tighter position. Well, I guess they would have to kill off. I don't know if they're gonna be able to win. Like, I was running around. The only way they'd be able to win is by killing everything I have and keeping me from playing any cards next turn. Oh, that's cool. No. Thank you. I appreciate the offer. Wow, that hurts. That really hurts. But also, is that your turn? But also, good game. Good game. I'm just gonna get rid of this guy and we're just gonna go straight for it. Are they gonna counterspell it? There's no way. There's no way. Okay. Huh. Okay. Wow. That was actually really terrifying. I made that that was a really rash decision. There were a lot of other things I could have done other than sacrifice him immediately. I just figured I wanted to make it quick. I thought they were going to counterspell it, and then I had no creatures, and I was going to die. Huh. Wow. It didn't work out that way. It did go in my favor, but that was terrifying. That was horrifying. Wow. Also, I guess side note, I'm thinking we're gonna go for another half hour, so until about 7 EST. Just because as much as I would like to keep playing, I'm running out of ideas and nobody's really stopping by. So I might end it early just because things are quiet and I'm not I can't hold conversation with anything. So I might just call it early, and then we'll reconvene next week. We'll see. If more people show up and more people stop by or chat, then things might change. But as it stands, there's a very good chance we'll just be ending it early today. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe I might be surprised. Maybe an angel will descend from above and grace us with a 200-man raid. Who knows? Truly. Certainly not me. There are very few things I do know, and that is not one of them. Man, why is it... why are you taking so long to find a game? It's okay. There you go. There you go. All right. All right. Turn 1. A lot of turn 1 options. Man, getting Silver Smoke Ghoul and Creeping Chill in the same hand is so rough. I'll give it a shot, though. I'll give it a shot. We'll open... Okay. I'm feeling a lot more confident now. We'll get rid of that. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. We'll keep the land because I do need the lands. I do not have many. Next turn we get Insidious Roots, and then things start going Insano style. Black White Spirited Companion. I am not sure what they're doing. Actually, that one's a mystery to me. Just Orzhov enters, maybe, like the when enters effects, so I can get multiple triggers from the Spirited Companion. I don't know why else you would be running a spirited companion. There's also not... It's black, white, green, so it's not dogs, necessarily. Interesting development. We'll see. Maybe they'll shock me with something. Unless it's the whatever, what is this, Inditha? It's not the term. One of the other, like, pay a bunch of absurd mana to trigger this thing. Like the other one that dumped out all of the big creatures. Yep, there it is. I figured they probably had an answer to my Insidious Roots. Do they have both? Do they have answers to both of them? There's no way. There's no way they have answers to both of the Insidious Roots. Yikes. Well, here's an Ichor Drinker. And yeah, I'm going to be fishing to get my health back with my, well, Ichor Drinkers. So the main point of this deck, little unfortunate that they destroyed one of my Insidious Roots. My main point of this deck is to fill my side of the board with a bunch of little, basically pawns. Oh, well, that's convenient. Yes, I will sacrifice Undead Butler, who will then let me do my things. And I am able to show off what he's able to do. I'll be pulling out my Fairy Dream Thief. I create plants from that. Oh, very fun. Here's a Snarling Gorehound. I'll be taking 1 damage for this, but that's fine. Let those trigger. Surveil. He's gone. Because I want all of these various little critters. I want them in the graveyard. Irrefutably, I want them to be dead. Because them being dead allows me to profit. Let's try this again. Give him a counter. You son of a... Alright. Them being dead allows for me to... Alright, well that's profit right there. Allows me to later use them to do very fun and silly things. Create a bunch of these little plant guys to then be a problem. That's really, really unfortunate for you. That is so awkward. You know what? I'll give you a moment. I'll give you a moment. Because I'm going to see if I can bait them into doing worse things for themselves. It's not a great idea, but if they board wipe again, then things get real silly. Otherwise, I'm about to get a lot of plants. They could exile my graveyard, they could destroy Insidious Roots. There are options, like they aren't limited. There are things they could do, I just don't know what they can do, or will do. Interesting. Not really what they needed to be doing, but an interesting choice nonetheless. Because I'm able to do this, for starters. We're gonna get rid of some cards. Alright. I will return my Fairy Dream Thief. I should have chosen the Gorehound. Oh well. Trash that. And now things get real spicy. Here's an Ichor Drinker. Create a plant. Here's the other... You know what? Here's the other Ichor Drinker, and I'm gonna save some of them. I'm just gonna create my tokens. And then I'm gonna hold her off, because they like their board wipes. They really like their board wipes. I don't like that they have them. That makes me very nervous that they'll just kill off all my things again. Because they have Kaya's Wraths, apparently. They might have another. If they do, then I will have put all my eggs in one basket and then lost everything at once. Like that. Let's just do this now. There we go. There they go. That's okay. I think they gain life. That's okay. Non-land, non-token. That player sacrifices non-land, non-token permanent. If they can't, I'll lose Tyvar. He's already done his job. Oh, very nice. Seed of Hope. Oh, cute. Here's Fairy Dream Thief. Here's another Tyvar, who's here to do his job. Here's Fairy Dream Thief. Let's trash that. Let's do his -2. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. I want my Snarling Gorehound. Because things are about to go very good for me. I get to Surveil. We're going to trash that. I will just move to the end of the turn, where these all come back. They all come back. Which means I get all my fun triggers. That's you know what, we'll leave that there, actually. I want to cast that guy next turn. They're going to get rid of their Meat Hook Massacre. There it goes. What are you going to do? You going to board wipe again? Go for it. Go for it. I've got a way to get my things back real fast. There it is. Each player who controls the most creature investigates and destroy all creatures. There it is. Alright. Alright, these guys are going to go so I can draw some cards. I have the mana for it. That's just not... That's uncalled for. I mean, it doesn't change a whole lot. He wasn't going to be able to do me any good next turn anyway. But that's fine. There they go. Fine by me. You know why that's fine by me? Oh. Ah. I'm gonna have to lose my Insidious Roots. 'Cause I don't think I can get anything out that's not gonna... You suck. You suck. I can manage it. That's so low. Here's a Snarling Gorehound. Here's Scavenging Ooze. Not what I wanted to play, but it's what I will play. Oh, well, there you go. That's actually the exact thing I wanted to do. Take action. And then I will eat the things in your graveyard, because you clearly are going to try and do something with those. I can already tell. Eat that. Alright. That's the turn. And they all come back! Look at my guys! Here they are. And you have to sacrifice it this time. How about that? Board wipe this, sucker. Oh no, I'll discard my Creeping Chill. Oh, woe is me. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, huh? Go on. Surprise me. Well, that's not... Hang on, that's not cool. Exile. They're gonna exile something from my graveyard. Oh no, what are they gonna possibly exile? They all do the exact same thing. Honestly, I would choose a Rubble Belt Maverick, because that's the only thing that's actually going to be dangerous to them. Yeah, but I have 3, so they're in a tight spot here. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the main push. We're gonna go all in here. Give them a good game, because I'm pretty sure that in itself is enough. Man, that was annoying. The only reason I was able to keep up with their constant board wiping was exclusively because of those vampires that kept coming back. Which I guess I should explain. It's not necessarily... I guess you could call it a combo. It's not like insane or wildly powerful. Sure, you do get some good triggers from it, but it's very mediocre, right? It's not a combo, it's an interaction, right? The cards synergize really well. This is a good way to put it. Where on earth it is? That is Silver Smoke Ghoul, which says at the beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, it comes from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So it's not able to do anything, but he can respawn basically if you gain 3 or more life. The catch, I technically have 2 cards that gave me life. Aside from some Acre Drinker, which literally just has lifelink. Seed of Hope, which only gets me 2, but that's for different reasons. And Creeping Chill, which says it deals 3 damage to each opponent, and I gain 3 life. The catch, the reason this is a good card, it also says when it's put into your graveyard from the library, so if it's in my library and somehow it ends up in my graveyard without me playing it, I can choose to exile it, which essentially just means I can put it from my from the game into a zone, quote unquote, outside the game, right? It is not accessible by nearly any means, right? There are very, very, very few cards that actually interact with things that are in exile, right? There are very few things that interact with that. That being said, this one exiles itself, and if I choose to do that, right, again, needs to go from my library straight into my graveyard, where if it ends up in there, I can exile it, and then it will deal 3 damage to each opponent, and I will gain 3 life. So basically, it's a card that's, like, if you happen to end up losing it, you could still profit from it, right? It is a solid card, especially if you manage to do all of them, which adds up to 12. So that in of itself, if you manage to mill all 4 Creeping Chills, you can very easily end up reducing your opponent to very dangerous territory of health, right? They're in a very rough spot if they take 12 damage that they can't really prevent, right? Because you're not casting it, it can't be counterspelled. It's just something that triggers, right? It's just something that happens. You can exile it. It's not anything else. So how does it end up in my graveyard from the library, you might be asking? It's very simple. I also have a good few cards that directly do that directly put things from my library into my graveyard. For example, Undead Butler. I guess for context, mill is a term you'll see pop up every now and then, which just means to move things from, like, mill however many, mill 3, for example. You take 3 cards from the top of your library, and you put them straight in the graveyard. Just 1, my life flashed before my eyes. 1, 2, and 3, and they go straight in the graveyard, and that's it. That's everything. I have this guy. I have Seed of Hope, which simply says you mill 2, and you can put a permanent, which is anything that stays out on the field, well, permanently, from among them, straight in my hand. So basically, these 2 cards go in the graveyard, but if either of them are like a land or a creature or something, I can just hang on to it instead. I think what is another one? Technically, I would consider, well, Tyvar does the job. Tyvar said, come on, highlight him. Highlight Tyvar. Do it for me. Tyvar says one of his abilities is mill 3, and I can return a creature with mana value 2 or less from my graveyard to the battlefield. So quite simply, he just automatically lets me mill cards, and I can retrieve something and just have it on the field, which is to say I can retrieve all but one creature, which is Silver Smoke Ghoul. I cannot, under any circumstances, bring back Silver Smoke Ghoul from Tyvar, but I can. You get the idea. Like, there are a lot of ways I can very easily mill things. And so that means, like, oh, if Silver Smoke Ghoul ends up in my graveyard from milling, it's not a big deal, because if I either play a Creeping Chill, or if Creeping Chill is milled, which is the ideal situation, then I can still get that 3 life and deal that 3 damage, and it's all profit. It's all profit. Great card, very fun interaction, and that's not even getting into the main point of the deck, which is Insidious Roots, which just says, whenever one or more creatures leave your graveyard, by any means, if they're exiled, or if they are brought to the battlefield, or if they're brought to the hand, basically, if they are taken from your graveyard and put anywhere else, you create a plant, and then you make all your plants stronger. That's like the entire concept. And so essentially, the whole interaction is Silver Smoke Ghoul's in my graveyard. I mill a Creeping Chill. Silver Smoke Ghoul leaves my graveyard, comes to the battlefield, and then Insidious Root says, oh, he left your graveyard. Here, have a plant. That's it. That's the entire... And then, of course, everything else interacts with the graveyard in one way or another, right? Like, Undead Butler, who, when he dies, I can exile him. So whenever he dies, I can choose to have him leave my graveyard, which is already a plus. And then when I do, I can return a creature from my graveyard to my hand. So basically, when he dies, I get 2 creatures to leave the graveyard, which means I get 2 plants from him alone. Tyvar is especially fun, just looping back to him, because he also has the innate ability of... I can activate abilities of creatures as though those creatures had haste, right? So that essentially just means, oh, yeah, my plants, which are getting the fun ability of they can tap and add mana of any color, are now little mana sources. So it's just, it all synergizes so good, and I'm so happy with it. and I put it together myself, and it's good. It's very fun. A lot of other people have done Insidious Roots as well because it's just a really, really good card. Obviously, very good card, very fun card. I'm not the first, but I didn't look. When I was making that deck, there were not many, if any, other people that had built something and made it public, right? So there was nothing for me to base my research off of, and I made it myself, and I'm very happy with that. Regardless, let's see if we can get one more in before we end today, just because I'm feeling a little tuckered out and everybody's really quiet, but we'll see. Yeah, because I would consider like, oh, well, I'm not going to stream Magic. Maybe I could play Apex. My computer could not stream Apex. As much as I would want to, it's just not going to be able to work. And I definitely don't have the time to get everything set up for... Because it is, surprisingly enough, getting things set up for Bloodborne is a hassle. It is work to get things set up for Bloodborne. So I'm not going to... The time it would take me to get it set up is just too much time, to which, if I spent the time getting it set up, I wouldn't have time to actually play it. So it's better off to just not. This is not an awful... It's not a great hand, but it could be worse. Turn 1, Hollowed Fountain, pay the 2, so I can Spell Pierce something if I need to. I'll allow it. Turn 2, we'll Nyx Fleece Ram. Because I need to start getting my health back for shocking myself from the fountain. Okay, good start, good start. I want this, it'll come in green. We'll go for the Ox. Are they gonna counterspell that? It's not worth it. It's a 0/6. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You do not, it's not worth it. Alright. I tricked them. It would be worth it because of my next turn's play. Because next turn, if they don't have any mana, right? If they are all tapped out, I will absolutely... Oh, they're going Phoenixes. Oh, well, they're not tapped out, so I'm not going to do that. Okay. You fool, you've made a grave error. A grave error. You're going to return something to my hand? Grave error. Ooh. Do I hold... Ooh. Yeah, we're going to hold on for a little bit, because I don't like them having open mana. I probably should have just committed to my original plan. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. I know what they're doing. I know their strategy. And I know that it's not going to stop me. I mean, the Phoenixes are annoying, but I can handle those. Especially since I don't have anything in any of them in their graveyards. They're not going to be getting them. At least not yet. They could, in theory. Am I taking 1? No, use your mana. Oh. That's unfortunate. Enters... I'll pay the 2 life. Here's a tortoise. Don't counterspell it. If you do, spend 3 mana. Oh, very good. Well, you can't touch my creatures now. Too late. You done goofed. You done goofed. Have ox and sheep. The shocks combo. Fool. Foolish fool. Can't touch my livestock. Yes. 11 damage. Thank you. Bye-bye. Now spend at least 3 mana and don't play a land. Spend at least 4 mana on a non-creature spell. That would be great. Don't do anything to my tortoise. You suck. Counterspell? You gonna pay the 2? If you pay the 2... Oh. You're gonna pay 1. Fine. Be that way. You're gonna kill him anyway. It's fine. I have other ways of making this work. They discarded... They did not... They discarded a Phoenix. Okay. And then they can delve. Okay, well, they're gonna have a Phoenix. That's fine. That's fine. I just need one of my 3 ways, another bedrock tortoise, or I have there are so many cards. I have so many cards that can make this work. I don't even need it. I don't even need it. It's just there as a courtesy. Yeah. And then they can shove it. Yeah, that's 3 damage. Okay. I'll be gaining 1 health this turn. That's not what I needed. It's a good card. It's not what I needed. That's not it. All right, that's the turn. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll have 2 phoenixes this turn. There's no way they will not have 2 phoenixes. Are they really going to destroy my Tetsuko? I mean, if they don't, and I get one of my few cards to actually deal damage, or to actually let my livestock deal damage, then they will be in a very tough position. That's a big if, though. That is a very big if. So they're keeping something on top of their library. They're going to draw it with an opt or a consider. Picklock Prankster. Wow. That is unfortunate. You lost 2 Ledger Shredders for that. Yikes. I mean, they can cast their Consider. Do they not have another? They have another Phoenix. They could have gotten that. Oh, well, there's the thing I was looking for. All right. Very funny, goofy. Here's this. I can afford to pay the 2 that your Spell Pierce might have. Oh, you're going to consider? Valid option. But that's going to be game. Because there's nothing... Yeah, that's a good game. After combat, everything will attack. They can't be blocked no matter what. That was terrifying. They should have... I don't know. I was very reliant on drawing the right card there. Had I not drawn one of my, 3 ways to let my livestock hurt people, I would have been in a very, very bad position. Let's do... I can get one more in. Let's try... I'm not sure. Let's try... Maybe go back to goblins. Goblins or dogs? Let's go goblins. I've been feeling in a goblin mood lately, which is making me very tempted to make that goblin deck, but I don't know. 5 rares is a steep price to pay. Uncommon, rare. Ooze. 4 rare. I mean, I could make the goblins. No, I want the calendar. Calendar takes priority. So I will hold my purchasing. Very tempted. What's my crime? Hang on. What did I make for crimes? I completely forgot. I was just making things. Yeah, change. Forsaken Miner. Is it just because long goodbye? Siphon Insight. I can make it. It was just in the wrong setting. That makes sense. I think I can. I don't see why I couldn't. Whenever you commit a crime, creature gains choice of, yeah. Intimidation campaign, classic. I know Siphon Insight, although that might not be the best one for this. Short target creature, go for the throat, deep covered bat. I'm seeing there's some issues with this deck. Namely, that there aren't enough things profiting on making crimes. That's fine. That's a later problem. I'll revisit that in my own time. Let's do... What did I say I was going to play? Goblins again? Yeah. You know what? Screw it. No, this is my stream. I can do what I want. We will go into... Which one was that? The crimes. I feel like I missed something. Something else has to profit from committing a crime. Commit crime. Because I'm realizing... What is it? Seize the secret. Siphon Insight's pretty bad. I don't want that. Seize the secrets. I need something that lets me commit a crime at the start of the turn for free. Right, that's the big thing. Is like just passively at the beginning of the turn, a crime is committed because that triggers a bunch of very, very good things. Use Rush of Dread. Target opponent sacrifices. I mean, I have copies. It's not awful. Rattleback, Apothecary. There's got to be something at the beginning opponent. Because like at the beginning of your turn, something happens. It doesn't have to be much. Like an opponent could lose 1 health or mill 1 card, right? Sanctum of Stone Fangs. Oh, it's each opponent. That's not. Yeah, that's not what I need. Okay. Well, it was. I got excited there for a moment. It's not what I need though. If a player discarded, nope. A lot of these trigger at the beginning of the end step. There's got to be something that triggers at the start of a turn. And is specific. It lets me target an opponent. Maybe colorless? Beginning of your end step. Each player. Let's try at beginning target opponent. That opens up a little bit. At the beginning of your upkeep, enchanted permanent controller. It's not targeting them until it dies, which is not quite what I need. Target player discards a card. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, the player has 1 or fewer. I mean, Davriel wouldn't be a bad choice because he can make people discard things, but that's not. It's too slow for what I want. To each opponent. That's the problem. Target opponent. Okay. What if I just look up target opponent? That'll open it up a little bit. Because I want something, maybe a planeswalker. Because their abilities are free. Davriel. What's his name? There he is. Ashiok. Target player mills 4, then exile each opponent's graveyard. That's not a bad choice, because I can get a free crime in every turn with that. Every turn, I can commit a crime after he comes out, which, to be fair, is a ways in. But it would work. I was hoping to find something that would directly replace a 2-mana spell, but there are a few here. I can make it work. Maybe come to crime. Yeah, so you can keep coming back. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Ashiok. Because he just has a good passive ability. Rattleback Apothecary, Rush of Dread. There's Ashiok. This is a pretty janky crimes deck. I might do research later to figure out what's better, but this is what I'm putting together for now. It's not even. I'm not even gonna craft it right now, but it's there. I really want this calendar to be made. This is my. Oh yeah. Change, please. Enigma Jewel, Sawblade, Fairy Mastermind. Oh, I can trash the Fairy Masterminds. Those aren't, well, if I do that, it wouldn't be enough, even still. It's a Fairy. Igandra can go. Igandra can be replaced. Which does open things up a little bit. Heck, if I change out a lot of these lands... Hang on. I might have a new deck to play out here. Save and exit. I need to clone this deck, and I need to make some changes, right? Where is it? Which one was it? It was this one. Clone. And then this is the duplicated one. We're gonna go. Fairy Mastermind can be trashed. I added that just because this is something I hope to eventually actually own. So it's something that, like, I don't know. It's hard to put into words. Like, it's something I plan to actually own. Therefore, oh, I forgot how many lands I had. Oopsie. Hang on. Gotta go back. I can't. Okay. Losing 2 non-creature. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I just need 5 lands to replace those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. That works. Okay. That already opens up a lot. That already opens up a ton. Now I'm spending a lot of mythics on this, but that's something I'm willing to do. Spring-loaded Sawblade. I need to replace those 2 Fairy Masterminds with something. It needs to have an activated ability. Ideally an artifact. Let's see. Artifacts. Has an activated ability that's already profit. Candy Trail, I already have 3 of those. Is anything here gonna be worth it? I'm not sure. I mean, the Fairy Masterminds wouldn't be a bad thing to have. I just don't know if I'm gonna really end up using them anywhere else. Mastermind. Oh, yeah, specifically unowned, I guess, and not artifacts. Apply styles that they look very fancy. Done. Okay. Can I make it? I can. Ooh. That's a lot of materials. 8 rare, 7 mythic is not a small price. I mean, it's between this and goblins. I would be down to 1 rare. I can get rares back. Those aren't too bad. And I wouldn't be using all of the mythics. But, man, that is not a small price. I mean, to be fair, almost none of these actually use mythic rares. This is like the only thing I have that needs them. I don't know. Screw it. Let's do it. I'm committing. I'm committing. We're gonna see how this goes. This could be a very bad thing, but I am very curious, and I really want to see how this works. I really want to see how this works, because this is something I've considered actually buying and actually owning. So I'm really curious to see how it works against actual people. I've played this against myself so many times. So many times. I've seen what it can do against other decks that I already own, but it's so difficult to get an actual gauge on how they do in the real world until you play them against real people. And so, I'm gonna give it a shot, and we're gonna see how well it actually does, and hope and pray that I didn't just waste all my wild cards on a deck that sucks. In my playtesting, it's been very fun. In my playtesting, it's kind of worked, which is already off. I'm seeing how that's already a concerning start. I mean, this is a pretty solid starting hand. I've got ways to control the board. 2 Enigma Jewels, which aren't great, but I can make that work. Let's open with an Enigma Jewel. Turn 2, I can hold on to some white mana for spring-loaded Sawblades if they try and do anything spicy. And the activate abilities. Yes, okay. It's tapped creatures? Okay. This is probably better to have out. Pass. If they attack, I'm going to spring-loaded saw blades and trash their beast collar. Interesting choice. I'm glad I had extras. I'm very glad I had extras. An extra in my hand, even. I'm going to swing for the 1, or the 3, I guess. Saw blades. Whammo. They move a 1/1 counter to their hopeful initiate, I guess. Yeah. Oh, hey, what do you know? Here's a hidden cataract. I'm gonna play the Enigma Jewel. I'm gonna pass because I have another spring-loaded saw blades ready. I mean, I know I'm gonna end up hitting. Oh, they're putting it on themselves. Interesting choice. Anyway, spring-loaded saw blades. I probably should have held for the Siege Veteran, but I can board wipe now if I so choose. I won't, but I could. No, I don't. Those are not what I need right now. Very fun, but not quite what I need. Ah, screw it. Oh, okay. It's on the field. It's not going to do anything, but it's there. Whenever it enters, what is... Oh. Interesting. Whenever another non-token soldier... Alright, you know, I think it's time to board wipe that. Yep, I think it's time. I will activate this. So I can try and stave off death. Play this for my land. Ah, screw it. Let's get the Thousand Moon Smithy. Why not? I'm feeling silly. You can hold off their Siege Veteran for a turn, so I don't have to board wipe until I absolutely want to. Is this a... Oh, it's a Warlock. I don't know what their strategy here is. And yes, I'm willing to lose my Golem here. It's just there to, well, kind of just be there. Oh, hey. Yes, I will tap 5 artifacts for this. This is worth it. Here we go. Very fun. And you know what? I'm going to pass it along. Because, what does this do? 8 total power whenever you attack, but one counter, yeah, whatever. Come on, play some creatures! Play some creatures! Gods. Such a buzzkill. I'm willing to lose my Fairy Mastermind for this. It's, I mean, to be fair, it's not really here to do much more than just be a body. Play creatures, for the love of crust. Yeah, whatever. There we go. This works. This works. And I get a Golem. I forgot about that. I forgot that was like the whole thing with this being here. Yep. Neat. There's a Golem. Goes up to a 7/7. It doesn't do much more than that, but it is there. Pass the turn. End the turn. At the beginning of their turn, their Siege Veteran's going to stay tapped. He's not going anywhere. Have they just not drawn creatures? Because I'm... stop before combat. Because I'm specifically going to tap their Siege Veteran before he can even possibly attack. Oh, that's not cool. I'm going to let you make him bigger. Tapped. He's not going anywhere. I mean, you can attack with it. You can count. Yeah, you make him whatever. Sure. Go for it. He's got a lot of very fun little perks, but he's unfortunately he's not going to be staying around for very long. As because he's so big, I'm going to need to board wipe. He already has trample. I'm going to take 4 from this. Fine. That is more than fine. Because, now that I know he doesn't have anything to save his creatures with, here, Is that when I mean, it doesn't really change anything, but I need... yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, there goes the golem, but that's fine. That's the turn. That's it. That's the turn. Draw a card for each artifact you control. Ooh, that could be fun. Should I do that? I can't afford to do that. Never mind. I would consider doing that. Ooh, okay. Craft with an artifact. Ooh, this could be very profitable. Here's a golem. A gnome. They're not golems, they're gnomes. Neither of those are quite what I need right now. I have a very specific combo piece I'm fishing for here. I'm going to craft with the candy trail in my graveyard. There we go. And now I've locked them down. Unless they can remove my Sand Swirl Wonder Glyph, they get to choose to do one thing each turn. They can either cast spells or attack. And that is the illusion of choice that I have given them. There is no other option. This is now tapped. It goes nowhere. You can tap it for mana, I guess, but I don't want you doing anything. You can't attack. I mean, it doesn't really change anything, but it can't attack now. They already passed their opportunity to attack, but now they really can't attack. Also, I am going to try and tap him again so I can swing for 14 damage. You gonna do the thing again? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are, you sly dog. So silly. So silly. I can absolutely craft that. I'll swing for the 9. It's not gonna really matter, but it's mostly just the principle of the thing. Yeah. Cool. Anyway, I'm gonna craft. Let's trash the candy trail. You know what? No, let's get rid of the spring loaded. The candy trail has purpose. And now I will use this ability to draw a bunch of cards. Those are what I'm here for. Oh, we love to see it. We love to see it. All right, here's a Millennium Calendar, which is the whole point of the deck. Here's a Candy Trail. I don't need another Millennium. Yeah, I am having so many triggers. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. It was so worth the wild cards. God, this is also so much easier to handle online than it was with what I was playtesting it on. Because when I was playtesting it, I had to remember everything that was happening all on my own, and it was a lot. It was so much. It was so much. I'm gonna give this one more shot. I'm gonna do this one more shot. Just to try and get a little bit more of a gauge on how it goes against other different types of decks. So that one was they were drawing a lot of blanks there. So it's hard to say that was a good representation of what this can stack up against whenever they're getting really rough stuff, like rough draws. This one's not great. It does have good early plays, but I don't have a whole lot of ways to consistently push past the earliest of games. Well, also, what are they doing? They're gonna go elves? Ankle biter. Oh, I know what they're doing. I already know what they're doing. Do I risk? Well, I don't have a choice. I was gonna say, do I risk taking poison counters next turn, but that's not really a choice I have. Yeah, we'll do this. I'll take another candy trail because that's a good way to at least try and. Oh, they're not going to. I was fully expecting them to do something. You know what? I'm not gonna speak it. I'm gonna try and hope it doesn't happen because it's just an annoying deck to play against. It's something I can absolutely handle, 100%, but I don't want it to happen. Counter and target creature when it attacks while saddled. Ooh, very interesting. So they're going for a saddled deck, I guess. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. On target creature, so it can target itself. Good to know. I will play this. We'll go Millennium Calendar. And I will pass the turn, so I have 2 open mana to either flash in a Fairy Mastermind or spring-loaded Saw Blades, their Tumblewag. Ew. Sorry, that was an inherent reaction. Yeah, that checks out. I'll take the 2 if it means I can destroy their Kami next turn. Flash in my Fairy Mastermind. Very nice. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a very good one. Because I'm going to play that. Choose not to attack. End the turn. I wanted to tap the Kami. Oh, well. Because I was hoping to tap it before they could tap it for mana. But that's fine. Stop before combat, before they can put their counters on it. Rude. I'm just going to do this now before I forget. Doesn't change anything, but it keeps me from taking a prospective 5 damage from that guy specifically. Cool. And I can spring-loaded Saw Blades it. That's absolutely what I'm gonna do. Absolutely. Ooh, that's what we like to see. All right, spring-loaded Saw Blades first. Get rid of the Kami. 2, Enigma Jewel. 3, Candy Trail. Sure. Do I really want to draw lands? We'll see. End the turn. Because as soon as they choose who to throw the counters on, I'm just going to tap them with a braided net. Oh, they're going to saddle it. On target. Double the number of counters on target creature. Very interesting. Okay. When he attacks, they're going to choose Elvish Mystic. Yeah. I'll take 4. That's fine. I can handle 4. I should have technically tapped him before he was even able to declare as an attacker, but I'm fine with that. That's fine. Okay. Unfortunate. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Wow, that is so unfortunate. Okay. Cool. They gonna saddle him again? I bet they are. Tap the Elvish Mystic to saddle. Yes. He's tapped. So you don't get to double your counters. Suck it. Alright. I'm going to tap all of my lands for mana, because I forgot to do this last turn. Double the counters. It's just kind of there to be there. That's my turn. Oh, gods. What is that? Luck. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm 1 mana short. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Screw it. Yeah, screw it. I kind of need something. Ooh. Ah. That's fine. I could have used the board wipe, but I can work with that too. Because now I can completely prevent them from doing things that they want to do. Cool. Cool. Yeah, they're going to probably saddle it with Deeproot Wayfinder. Because that makes sense. That makes sense. I am now going to tap their 2 open creatures. Because screw you, I guess. This is all I have. One of my board wipes was sent away, so I need this. Let me have this. There it is. There it is. That's what we're here for. All right. You can keep your Deeproot Wayfinder, I guess, but your other 2 things are gone. Namely because I can also continuously tap your Deeproot Wayfinder. So, for the next 2 turns, I can keep it at bay. And you know I'm going to. You know I'm absolutely going to keep that thing tapped down. Going nowhere. Yeah, he's staying. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is all I have. I'm just stalling the game until I can get my calendar to be massive. I don't feel good about it, but man, is it funny. Man, is it funny, because nobody expects you to use artifacts as a major control tool. Everybody expects, like, oh, it's a standard, like, white blue board wipe, right? This is so stupid, and I love it. Oh, that's good. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. All right, but that is probably where I'm going to end it. Just a little bit earlier. Still, we went a little bit longer than I had initially anticipated. So we can rejoice about that. But as it stands, we're gonna be ending it a little bit early today, regardless. Let's open some packs and let's call it there. I spent so many wild cards. I'm so happy that that actually worked. Just because of the sheer number of wild cards I had to spend, I'm so happy that it actually worked out. Contagion engine. Ooh, enters battlefield, put -1/-1/1 in each creature. Very cool. What else do we have? Anything worth a note? Hindering light. Counter target spell that targets permanent. Yeah, well. Another round. Very fun. I own that, and I own that in person. I'm not too excited about it, but I do have it. Anything else worth noting? Avian Interrupter. Plotted. So that's a plotting thing. And Anguished Unmaking. Oh, very classic. Very classic. Somber Day, and Owenport has another hero laid to rest. Very good. Nothing too exciting from the pools, but I'm still I'm riding the high of that deck working. But as it stands, that is all we have time for today. So thank you everybody for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me company. Thanks for stopping by, saying hello. I hope you guys had a good time. I know we didn't do a whole lot, but even still, I hope it was good. I hope you guys had a good time. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. Normally this is where I would say make sure to stop by tomorrow, but unfortunately we will not be streaming tomorrow. Make sure to keep an eye out on all my medias. VTubers.me, which is currently down for some reason. Twitter, Discord, everywhere you can find me. Make sure to keep an eye out for next week's schedule when it will be released. I don't know, but I should hopefully make sure it's released before before it's too late. So keep an eye out for those. I'm going to try and get the calendar out, the schedule out as soon as I can. But yes, thank you guys. I don't know what else to really say. So I guess without further ado, as always, have a nice night. Bye everyone. Thank you. Thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. Bye-bye. Bye everyone. Thank you for stopping by. Bye now. Bye-bye.